This is SpyGuy888, and today is the first of a short series of videos going over Ghost Recon Breakpoint. First things first though, the generic YouTuber shtick. If you enjoy this video, please hit the like button because it tells YouTube that this might be a good video to promote. Also, consider subscribing. That also helps it with promotion, but you'll be notified when I post a new video if you also click the like or the bell button, because YouTube needs two buttons for that, I guess, and it makes that number next to my name go up, which is pretty cool. Also, it's completely free, so, just do it. It's also worth mentioning I won't be covering the PvP, because I'm not good at the PvP, nor do I really enjoy the PvP. I also won't be covering the raid, because I don't have any friends that play this game on Xbox, and you need 4 actual people to play the raid. That's also why all of my multiplayer Breakpoint videos are on PlayStation instead of Xbox. In this video, I will be covering Operation Greenstone, which is episode 1. Then next time, I will cover Operation Checkmate, or Deep State, which is the Splinter Cell episode, or episode 2. And then maybe Red Patriot, which is episode 3, but that might get its own video, with Amber Sky, which is the Rainbow Six crossover, and finally a video on Operation Motherland, which is the best content in the entire game. Oh my god, I love it. Excuse me. I will be skipping the resistance missions because they are basically just repeating stop convoy, kill bad guys, and the only really story thing going on is that the bad guys are dying a whole bunch. I am going to separate the expansions, the episodes, into different videos because if I made a video that was 5 hours long talking about a game that took a critical beating when it first released, it would do terribly. Some YouTubers can make that work and still get views. I'm not one of them. Okay, so now that we have that out of the way, you might be wondering why I'm making a review of this game instead of the game immediately preceding it, which is widely regarded as the much better game. To that I say because honestly, I like Breakpoint more, and I spent a lot more time on it. Also, I just lost my Ghost Mode playthrough last week, and I am still pissed. Okay, let's actually start now. The game starts with an intro that, actually just kidding, boom, first thing that pops up is essentially a trailer for the update called the Ghost Experience, which added a ton of customization of settings, which turns it from the wannabe Destiny it launched as, to the actual decent tactical experience I'll be playing it as. For now, we'll skip it and go to the actual introduction of the game.
Welcome to Aurora, the incubator of World 2.0. My name's Jay Skell, and we've been expecting you. You've been invited here to innovate, to invent, and to create. But we're also asking you to do the most important thing with your lives that you can do. Here, away from the rest of the world, we will build the tools to lead the planet into the future. A completely sustainable economy, a blossoming environment, safe homes, security for your family, and a community where innovation is celebrated. The generations that come after us may forget all about us, but they will thrive because of the work we do here. Thank you for joining Skeltech in Aurora. Together, we are building tomorrow.
Basically, Elon Bad Posture Musk over here buys an island and moves a super duper science company there, but something went wrong, a cargo ship was sunk off its coast, and the entire island, or archipelago since a few islands, went completely dark with zero warning. So Nomad from Ghost Recon Wildlands, except a deeper voice, has to go in with like 40 something ghosts and find out what happened. You can customize your character while in the helicopter, and I made mine look like me if I was in the military in shape and if my face looked like this. By the way, all the face models have a name except this one, which is just called generic, which is just hilarious to me. Anyways, once you finish, your helicopter gets bumped by something, and then all of the helicopters start getting taken out by a black cloud of dust. Not actually, but for now it may as well be. And you crash land into a sort of swampy area.
God damn it.
And after falling out of a tree, watching another of your helicopters fall out of the sky, and get a pistol off of a dead ghost, you take off to the crash sites of the other helicopters to look for survivors. Unfortunately, all you see at the first one is a group of frankly incompetent soldiers who belong to the Sentinel Corporation PMC, also looking for the survivors as well. I say incompetent specifically because they acknowledge that they are out in the wilderness looking for elite special operations soldiers who thrive in that environment, and yet they yell to each other about how much the ghosts must suck since they haven't found any that survived yet. These are the basic grunt enemies that you'll be fighting for most of the game. At the second crash site, you find Weaver, a teammate from Wildlands, but he's under fire from much better soldiers called the Wolves. Like how Bodark is Russian for someone who wants to become a wolf. And they wear, in my opinion, awesome looking helmets, but slightly less awesome trench coat poncho things. I still kinda like them, but with the way the fabric moves, it doesn't quite work, and it definitely didn't click with a lot of people. I think it was going for something like this Master Chief with a cloak sort of thing. Anyways, Weaver and his men are getting shot at by these guys until they suddenly stop, and the man himself, Cole Walker, is standing there with his 500 Smith & Wesson revolver, and he puts all 22.3 grains, I'm not sure about that by the way, right into Weaver's forehead. Walker is no longer a ghost, and Weaver's title of ghost has changed definitions. After this, Walker gets on a helicopter, and you can actually kill him there if you're fast enough, but he is replaced in later missions by someone else who, while cool, isn't John Bernthal, so it's not what I went with. You can try to fight the wolves left there, but I didn't want to, so I went on to the third and final helicopter crash. It has a functional radio, which we used to call for help, but all we got was a civilian and an injured Holt from Wildlands.
Mayday. Mayday. This is Ghost Lead. Does anyone read?
5 by 5, Ghost Lead.
Who is this?
A friend. I got the radio from a ghost.
This ghost still breathing.
Ghost Lead, you can chase the White Rabbit.
Or run with the Red Queen. Give me a sit rep.
That can wait. Your man's getting medical treatment. Follow the trail behind the ancient ruins. Your destination is in the mountains between two waterfalls.
Understood. Ghost Lead out.
Now once you get to this cave, which is called Erewhon and is now our home base, think the tower from Destiny or one of the safe areas from the Division, you're briefed by a few ghosts who said they got into a fight with wolves, and a man named Mads Schultz, who's a complete dick to the soldiers sent to help the island. And he's also the leader of Erewhon, but that's, whatever. Now, it may seem like he's just an ass for no reason, but we are now the second military group, or third if you count Sentinel and Wolves as different, to come to this island. Not to mention that the people in this cave are not the tech bros hired by the totally not Elon Musk. These people are known as the homesteaders that moved to the island in the 90s after the US Navy started shutting down its base from the Cold War. So they've been there a while, to say the least. Right as I was about to progress the story, I got hit with another pop-up for another thing from the Ghost Experience update thing from earlier that introduced the AI teammates. I think that was Ghost Experience. Doesn't matter. Anyways, AI teammates. And that's going to be very useful. When this game first launched, this addition to the Ghost Recon series, a game about tactical, like team-based stuff, there were no teammates. You were alone. And that is quite the design choice, I'll say. So they fixed that though, and yeah, here it is.
Our mission here has been hard. So many lost. So many suffering. My closest allies. My brothers. Cut down by a man we once trusted. But we are ghosts. Alone, we are formidable. Together, we are unstoppable. Others have survived here, and I have found the deadliest. As a team, we will take the fight to our enemies. We will avenge our fallen. Because we are ghosts.
Available at any point after you have reached Erewhon for the first time, Fury, Fix-It, and Vasily can be activated or dismissed at will. And from the beginning, you will be able to fully customize.
Alright, enough of that. You get the idea.
How's your pal? Holding up. Thanks for looking.
Back to the story. Nomad asks Schultz about Cole Walker and says he was Skell's
Military advisor.
We then get this scene about Nomad and Walker. We'll get a lot of these to show that they were close.
You got a mean look in your eye. You got big plans? You know how I can get off this island? Right. And leave us regular folk to fend for ourselves, huh?
Schultz also says he has a boat of survivors trying to leave, and you can take it to the US Navy ship.
The couple dozen clicks
When you
off
get to
the
the
clothes.
location of this boat, you meet a man who I am just now finding out is based on a real person, Maurice Fox, I think, unless I misunderstood that. Anyways, while you are talking about getting to the USS Wasp, one boat is already trying to leave the island, and it doesn't get very far when that black cloud that took out the helicopters tears it apart. After fighting off a group of Sentinel soldiers, who my AI teammates shredded pretty much entirely without my help, you tell Maurice to get to Erewhon. But first, we find out that that black cloud is a swarm of drones designed to keep everyone on the island in and anyone outside the island out. Obviously, it ended up just keeping us in as well, and now we have to find a way to take it down. Before we leave, Fox tells us that he met another ghost survivor and all-around dick, Josiah Hill. He's not really horrible here, but you'll see what I mean in a bit. He tells you that it was Elon Musk, Jay Skell, that sank the ship, and it's his drones being used as the security guards for the prison that the island has now become. So the next objective is to hunt him down. But first, you need to head back to Erewhon and tell Schultz that the mission to get the Navy ship failed. Now he's pissed that you somehow didn't become God and smite the black cloud out of the sky and save everyone. When you tell him you're going to hunt down Skell, Maurice chimes in and says he's
Best friend.
with him and he can't be the one doing this. Honestly, Maurice is a great character. He then shows you footage from a mysterious source that we will find out later, of the man in charge of Sentinel Corporation forces, an impeccably dressed man from Savannah, Georgia named Trey Stone.
Don't y'all just love being in the South Pacific? The way the ocean breeze carries that scent of jasmine reminds me of Savannah.
In the video, Stone mentions that Operation Citadel is a success and the drone swarm, which is what took out the ghost choppers in the boat, is functioning perfectly. He also tells two of his officers to hunt down for the homesteaders, who are currently hiding in Erewhon, and a so-called terrorist group called the Outcasts. We'll get to know more about these outcasts soon, but for now, we have to look for Jace Skell. We looked for his house, but the game bugged out and an NPC who was supposed to tell you where he is didn't show up. One rest at a bivouac or camp later, and it's working again. And we search the house and eliminate the group of Sentinel soldiers there, who mention that they have absolutely no idea where he is, and find a computer that points us in the direction of a drone testing area in the swamp. I think I better take a second to mention this. The second most controversial thing about Ghost Recon Breakpoint is the addition of drones as a major enemy presence. The ground drones are pretty much just bullet sponges, and the aerial drones are just fast enough to be a pain in the ass. There are also these really, really big drones called behemoths, which are also bullet sponges, but are only contained to certain areas, and honestly aren't actually a massive deal. The regular ones are a total pain in the ass to fight, though, which is why it's fantastic that they give you the ability to significantly reduce their presence so they only show up when it's absolutely required by the story, or the previously mentioned behemoth areas. Also, a nice detail I found was that way in the beginning, there's graffiti on a few buildings saying, "We are summoning the devil," and then all the drones named by Skell for everyday security are named like Cherub or generic stuff like Skell Farmer, while all the weaponized drones are named after demons or types of demons like Succubus, Behemoth, and the drones you can use yourself to take out targets and sink shots are called Legion, which I find terrifyingly cool. And the only weaponized drone that doesn't follow that naming structure is named Azrael, or Azrael, after the most metal angel in the Bible, the Angel of Death. That's the one that killed the Egyptian children in that one story, by the way. And it looks like one of those Predator drones you see in stuff about war in the Middle East, except instead of dropping bombs on ISIS soldiers, if it sees you, it jams your radar and sends a hit squad of wolves to take you out, which is infinitely cooler. You'll also see that the class I'm using basically hijacks one of these and actually drops flash grenades, lures, scanners, and goddamn bombs. Okay, back to the story. You go to the drone testing area, do some shenanigans, kill a drone, and then link up back with that Hill, who says he doesn't understand why Walker is killing ghosts. That leads to this cutscene.
Josiah, what is this? I found some of the others. Johnson. Weaver. They were good men. What is Walker after? He's lost it. Ever since that shit went down with Vaughn. I should have stopped him then. You know, Vaughn was worthless. Sure. But it didn't have to go down that way. What did you do?
There was, I thought someone was gonna shoot me.
This is our village, Vaughn. These are fucking allies.
She had a weapon. Yeah, she had a gun.
Well, I don't see no fucking gun.
No, she had a weapon. See? She left me no choice.
You gotta be kidding me. You're done. You have wasted too much of my fucking time as it is.
No, you can't do this to me.
You did this to you.
No, this is your fault! You kept riding me.
Oh, Christ.
Pushing me. You don't. You don't. Oh, man, my dad is gonna hear what you did to me.
You fucking worm. You cry to your daddy? That what you're gonna do? Every single time you fuck up, you put the blame on someone else, don't you? Anytime you're in trouble, you just wait for that daddy of yours to swoop on in, huh? Well, let me tell you something. Your daddy, he ain't here.
Fuck you. I'm a good soldier. I'm a good soldier.
You are a worthless fucking human being. Hey, 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 hey. Come on, come on. Vaughn, give me your weapon. Come on. Walker. I've had enough. Walker, what the hell did you do? He was done. Well, now he's done. Besides, if I didn't kill that worthless pogue, whole village might have come after us.
Hey, this ain't right, Walker!
You know the rest.
I know you didn't testify. You kept him out of the brig.
I should have said something. Then we wouldn't be in the shitstorm.
No. You did good.
Tell that to my soldiers he just shot.
You find anything at Skull? This was in the computer lab.
Well, that underground lab must still be in one piece. Let's go check it out.
I don't know. I want to recon Walker's men. Find out what he's after.
You see any familiar faces? Don't assume they're friendly.
You too. We'll link up back here.
Also, this game was made in 2019 and set in the far-off year of 2024, which is why it's kind of funny looking back that this scene says in the Middle East in 2022. Anyways, now we know where to get Skull. After going to this facility and then fighting through the basement to the lab, we see these two guards trying to get in.
Jay Scal, we know you're in there! Open this door before we knock it down. We're gonna get in there one way or another. You may as well come out nice and easy. Unless you want it rough. Huh? You like that? Rich man? You want us to, like, slap you around and stuff? Would you like that, Mr. Moneybags?
Dude, why are you going there?
What? I'm being threatening. I'm trying to, like, be scary.
Yeah, I don't think scary's your thing. Let me do the scary, all right? You just stand there.
I can totally be scary.
Jay Skell, if you do not open this door, we will enter in force. Do you understand?
We will enter in force and mess you up, man. Oh, you're in trouble, rich man. Well, you think you're smart with your science? Well, we got you now, you rich son of a bitch.
Please stop.
And after taking them both out, we see this.
You Jay Skull? Come on, we gotta move.
Shit. All right, listen. My name is Nomad. I'm part of a team sent here to see what the hell's going on with Aurora. Now, Maurice Fox said I could trust you. To be honest, I don't. But the people coming after you are trying to kill me. So what do you say we help each other?
Is Fox working with Yana Puri? The woman who took over as CEO? Who's working with those animals?
No. No, he's in the cave with mad shells.
Cave?
You know what? It's cooler than it sounds. Come on, grab your stuff. Let's go. Let's go. We gotta move.
It's my fault. All of this. I can fix it.
Yeah.
The answer's the drones. Operation Citadel. Right now, Citadel's keeping people in. But we can use it to free Aurora.
Hey, tell me. What does Walker have to do with any of this?
Walker was our military advisor. He led the takeover of Aurora. All he wanted was the drones. I thought he was a friend.
Yeah. I did too.
Well, that just brings a tear to my eye.
Go, go, go! What the fuck?
Walker.
Josiah.
It's good to see you, Nomad. Glad that you're still above ground.
No thanks to your lack of trying.
You have to know this is not personal. He has a reason for being here, and it makes sense.
Josiah, don't be an idiot. That man is a traitor.
He's a revolutionary. And we have a plan to make the world better.
You killed my soldiers. You killed Weaver.
We've chosen to become the warriors we were meant to be. Your masters that they don't believe in anything. We'll make you an offer, Nomad. Hand over Jace. Join us.
You gonna turn me over?
No.
Good old Nomad. You always were righteous.
That class is bulletproof.
Like hell it is. We need to get out of here. That's our way out.
We vent toxic fumes through there. It might kill us.
They will definitely kill us.
And now you know why I called Hill an asshole.
You see any familiar faces? Don't assume they're friendly.
You too.
Also, John Bernthal is fantastic through this whole game. He plays his character extremely well. Then, after escaping and taking Skell back to Erewhon, he gives us 3 missions to hunt down 3 of his former employees to help take down a part of the drone swarm to call for help. These are fun missions with at least slightly interesting characters, but I'm only going to go over a small part of one since it introduces a very important character for the best content in the game, Operation Motherland. We have to find the person in charge of designing the drones, Paula Madeira. While helping her destroy the drones before escaping, the Alpha Wolf Flycatcher, along with a lot of wolves, shows up to stop us. You escape just fine because I have AI teammates that are just total chads, but Madeira is hurt by a falling drone, so you have to take her to a hideout for the Outcasts, the rebel group who supposedly bombed a Skell facility and caused Skell to start designing lethal drones, and hiring Sentinel Corps, which led to the whole mess with the several entire Ghost teams dying. You meet with Harui Ito, the leader of the Outcasts, who is the very important character for Operation Motherland, which I mentioned earlier, and while waiting for Paula to recover from her injuries, we help the Outcasts with attacking Sentinel. Up until now, they have denied the terror attack, against one of the Skell Labs and Paula trusts them, but after working with Harui Ito's brother Daigoro, we see this cutscene.
Where's your worm over, brother?
Nomad, are you okay?
Wait! Wait!
You piece of shit. You tell a motherfucker when you have him chase down a truck full of explosives. Or were you trying to kill me? Huh? What's up with these blueprints? You into engineering? Or you just bombed the shit out of 30 people?
Don't hurt him! Please, just let me explain.
Don't tell me this was your idea.
Now wait. Just
You're a
wait.
fucking terrorist and you tried to blow my ass up!
It was a mistake, okay? He got scared. The building was supposed to be empty.
It should be mentioned that the bomb was a modified battery based on a design by Paula Madeira, but she doesn't know it was the bomb. The rest of this mission set is essentially her finding out and then moving her to Erewhon to help Skell. And she's also really pissed off at the Outcast for using her battery to kill 30 people, obviously. Now, the whole reason for bombing this place was not just because they're crazy, but because they oppose transhumanism, which is, in real life, is the idea that you can, humanity can evolve beyond their bodies as we know it, like, sort of like cyberpunk, like how with the robotic limbs and stuff like that, or like Deus Ex. But in this game, they have it as Project Deus, which is like the Skell project that's supposed to be the transhumanism thing, as a computer that's smarter than humanity. But I'm not sure if that really counts. I don't really know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know a whole lot about this, but I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's what that is. But whatever, I guess, right? So also, that whole transhumanism thing was supposed to be the original third, or I guess second DLC, like third story. The original roadmap was Operation Greenstone, which is this one, then Deep State, which is the Splinter Cell one, which is next, and then instead of Red Patriot, which is the Bodark before Future Soldier sort of thing, it was it went way more into the sci-fi stuff. But I think the reason they got rid of it was because it was going to have way more drone stuff, and people hated the drones. So we got the thing we have now. Now I'm going to have the other missions in the background while I talk about something I alluded to earlier with the second most controversial thing about Ghost Recon Breakpoint is the addition of drones as a major enemy presence. And that is the fact that for almost 6 months it was solely a looter shooter like The Division or Destiny. Tiered weapons and clothing with specific rarities that gave certain arbitrary bonuses like plus 20 stealth, and that's the only example I can think of because I, along with pretty much everyone else to my knowledge, have never used it once since the update with immersive mode came out. Thanks to that update, you can completely customize settings like what shows up on your minimap, the size of the minimap, if you even have a minimap, HUD elements like your item wheel, your health bar, your ammo counter, how quickly enemies spot you, how much damage they do, if AI teammates use their special abilities like Fix-It's drone or Vasily's tank buster sniper round, which is very useful against behemoth drones, by the way. Whether Azrael drones show up, you get the idea. But that 6-month period pushed away a lot of die-hard Ghost Recon fans who already had to deal with what was previously a linear squad-based tactical shooter series becoming an open-world Ubisoft standard. This one update fixed a lot of the issues, but the damage to the reputation was already done, which is why the original roadmap, as mentioned earlier, was scrapped. I am pretty sure that the third story, Transcendence, was also supposed to tie in with the so-called Wonderland conspiracy that Trey Stone had to do with, which is hinted at in the mysteries part of the missions menu, which is supposed to be Nomad figuring things out about the world. But there were several mysteries that were just completely left unsolved. They're supposed to be when whatever new DLC came out, but it just didn't happen. That third story, which was seemingly about even more AI and drone related shenanigans, was abandoned for a much more grounded Episode 3, tying it in with another Ghost Recon game that takes place in 2024, which also directly ties into Operation Motherland and the reason I love it so much. Okay, enough of that, back to the actual story. Now we have what we need, Paula Madeira working with Skell, the AI control program that is supposed to help make a virus take out a section of the drone swarm, and make sure there aren't any programmers still working for Sentinel who'd be able to plug the backdoor into the system. I don't know a lot of computer stuff, so that might not have made any sense, but I'm just going to roll with it. That's why we needed the other people. Maurice Fox gets more information from his inside source at Skell, the company, not the guy, obviously, who says a bunch of Walker's wolves are injured and one is defecting. You go and meet him, and he tells us about an incident at Wolf headquarters.
With that son of a bitch Walker. A few weeks back, he caught some of us breaking the rules.
Did you guys ever hear the one where Little Red Riding Hood goes into the forest, but this time...
By the way, this story she tells right here, there's like this flirty story it's supposed to be. It's just really, really cringy to me. Maybe it's not, maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna skip past that part to the actual interesting part of this little bit, and yeah, then we'll, yeah.
Little Red pulls out her gun. She hikes up her skirt. And you're gonna eat me, just like the fairy tale.
Attention!
Y'all having fun? Wolves! Huh? The elite. Best of the best. But here you are. You drunk? Fraternizing with civilians? And how about you, you pathetic piece of shit? You just let that woman take your weapon.
We're just trying to relax, sir.
Well, shit. I'm sorry. I would not want to get in the way of you trying to relax.
And the pistol's not loaded, sir.
I have to say, it sure shit seems loaded to me. What do you think? You think you belong in my wolves? You think you belong on my battlefield? Well, let's see. Let's see.
He then tells us where to find this headquarters because he knows his friends, who were just holding him captive a minute ago by the way, are gonna kill us. So I executed him. He was classified as a civilian by the game, but like, fuck that, that's cringe. Anyways, to make sure the wolves know what's up, I take a helicopter and do this very tactical maneuver, and take out a decent amount of initial defenses. The real MVP is Vasily, the AI teammate and designated sniper of the team, also certified badass with easily the most kills out of the 4 on this team. He shoots a very long, very heavy rifle with no support and a moving helicopter while taking fire. Eventually, I'm forced to put the helicopter in the water. This is a submarine housing facility, by the way, so I pop the generator to kill most of the lights and use night vision to see while clearing the rest of the area. We find evidence that Walker is trying to sneak drones off of the island to use them to assassinate political leaders around the world to create chaos. And in the other lane, we see a wait a minute, nope, wrong one. Here. We see a submarine that honestly looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's leaving, which means we don't have much time. We return to Skell to see what he has to say, and Maurice Fox has gone missing. It turns out his inside source was Ayanna Puri, something like that, the CFO for Skell who took over after he went missing, and also a very close friend to Fox, if you know what I mean. At least I'm pretty sure it's hinting at that.
Fox. You're the stupidest smart guy on the island. I got you, pal. Come on. We're going to Air One.
Stop! Stop! Stop.
We now have to go look for him, but we get there just too late. He's been shot by an alpha wolf named Yellowleg, who also kidnaps Ayanna. Remember Josiah Hill? Well, he's taken her to a nearby island, but for now, we have to avenge Fox. I use my drone from the Pathfinder class and turn her into an ISIS leader. And then GTFO back to Erewhon. We tell Skell what happened and have to break the news to Fox's daughter. Sad times all around.
Did you find my dad?
Now we have to find Ayanna Puri and Josiah Hill. A torn up piece of paper on Yellowleg's body said it was somewhere on this island over here, so it shouldn't be too hard to... Wait a minute. Wait a goddamn minute. What is that? I know it says optional, but hunting down the other alpha wolves was something that I didn't think would fit into the time frame of this video, and now it might. So I might as well do it. I hunt down Flycatcher first, and on the way over I see the subtitles of 2 Sentinel soldiers talking about how I killed Yellowleg and how it must have been quite the fight. Not quite how I remember it. So I hunt down Flycatcher by going to a place, then going to another place, then going to another place. It sounds repetitive, but don't worry. That's because it is. And it's like this for all 3 of them. On the bright side, this Mark 18 I was using absolutely shreds, and the gunplay is really fun. We actually find out that the Alpha Wolves were all former ghosts, which I think is pretty interesting. But that doesn't save them from being skipped, because we're running out of time, to be honest. And also, I think I accidentally killed all of them. I think one was actually one of the AI teammates killing them. One, I threw a grenade in the same room that I didn't realize he was actually in that room. And a third one, I think I hit with the drone. So yeah, the fights are interesting because it's the gameplay, the gunplay is awesome, but the fights themselves were not any really memorable. They're just a lot of wolves, basically. All right, you get the idea. After we find and kill all the alpha wolves, we are able to pretty much pinpoint Josiah Hill. It also helped that I've played this game entirely through like 4 times. You go in and talk with Hill, and during the conversation about Walker's crazy and you're crazy for joining him and nuh-uh, he drops the weirdest fucking line of all time. So as punishment for saying that, we kill him and his entire goddamn battalion of wolves in this cave and save Ayanna.
Even World 2.0. It's just blood, mud, and cum.
Like, what the fuck? Hey, Ubisoft. What? Anyways, like I said, we punish him for ever saying those words, because, oh my god. Nomad and Ayana talk about Fox and the state of the island, and then we're off to finally kill Walker and get his badass revolver. And also stop the drones, that's important too. He's at a base on the complete opposite side of the island, so I just fast travel and get the biggest helicopter I have, because I know there's a behemoth just chilling in the parking lot on top of a lot of soldiers. The helicopter ends up doing fuck all because I miscalculated severely and the behemoth has anti-air tracking missiles. Doesn't really matter because I clear a building to use as cover and then call in my Predator drone and start raining missiles like it's the Middle East. What the fuck is with me writing these jokes? Goddamn. It took a while, but eventually the beast was destroyed. It's a damn shame people didn't like fighting the drones because the design of this thing looks frankly awesome. Now I get into this building, have a conversation with Walker about you betrayed your country, you are doing the wrong, blah 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 blah. Actually, it's kind of interesting, but again, time. And we have a shootout, obviously because this is a Ghost Recon game and a boss fight. The AI teammates help put pressure on Walker and take out most of his backup wolves, but Walker himself has these really dumb drones that like catch bullets or something for him. So you have to destroy the drones first. But once those are down, I just one-shot popped him. Easy. From then on, for the rest of episode 1, it's just this.
Nomad. Wonderland. It's still gonna happen.
This is the hot part of Bolivia.
Who's that?
Eat my shit.
Only if you cuddle me after. Well. You must be Nomad.
Walker.
Did you and I go through part of selection together?
No, it was jump school. I was in the chalk next to yours.
That's right. With that, dude from Pararescue, right? First Recon guys?
Fun times, man.
Well, I got some more fun for you. This here's your briefing. Say, you want some candy?
Hey.
Excuse me.
We haven't even started this mission. Command's already talking about sending us back to the Middle East.
Again? That's one that never ends.
That's because, war's easier in peace. Company man back there, who you never saw, by the way, he believes in this fantasy. It's called Wonderland, where people never fight. It's all rainbows and marshmallows and unicorns and shit, but, I guess we could talk about that another time.
Yeah.
Say, Nomad. It's good to see you.
You too, man. You stay healthy.
Always.
Look what your Wonderland got you. You are a better man than this, Walker. Nomad to Air 1. I'm plugged in. Transmit that virus.
Understood. We're sending now.
Mission accomplished.
That's amazing to hear. I'll let everyone know.
I'm heading back. Make sure Matt saved me some of that moonshine. I guess we're stuck here a little while longer, huh?
Oh, we stopped Walker from taking the drones off the island. That's not small potatoes.
Y'all know what Wonderland is? Walker mentioned it. Other people working for him and Stone mentioned it too.
I heard Walker and Stone talk about it, but I never got a full explanation.
Sounds like Lewis Carroll. Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah. Yeah, he said I couldn't stop it.
Oh, forget about it, all right? This island is full of crazy billionaires, people who think they're wolves, killer robots, and military contractors. But it is also full of really, really good people. And we got together and we did something good, and we should be proud of that.
I'll drink to that.
Look at those birds.
Those aren't birds.
That's fascinating.
We didn't program that.
Haruhi.
It would seem that Icarus is not the only one aiming for great heights.
This is Stone. Miles, just because you pay my bills, it don't make me your bitch. Well, I don't know how Scout took control of that sector, but it doesn't have it now. How's that? Well, you tell the big boss not to get his panties in a twist. Oh, well. I'm on the island. So with Walker gone, I guess that puts me in charge. What is that?
All right. What's next?
To answer that, Nomad, next is episode 2 of this little series, which will cover the Deep State DLC, bringing in Sam Fisher from the Splinter Cell series. And with that, thank you very much for watching the first of several videos going over Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I hope to see you in the next one, but for now, goodbye.